Yes, hello. It's Mangoli Joshua. Today I bring you something very important on information literacy. I'm going to talk about something called information sources. Okay, so when I talk about information sources, I'm trying to ask you what are information sources like. What do you know about information sources? So first of all, we're going to go through the definition of information sources. Information sources. Okay, information sources are the origins of information we consume. Okay, like maybe you get your information from Wikipedia, you get your information from Google, you get your information from books you read, like different journals and articles. Okay, so those qualify to be information sources. So as I said, information sources are the origins of the information we consume. They can be categorized into primary, secondary, and tertiary sources. Okay, so primary sources provide first-hand information. Okay, primary sources provide first-hand information such as original data, eyewitness accounts, diaries or letters, and photographs or videos. Okay, those are primary sources. So primary sources provide first-hand information. Okay, then we have secondary sources. Secondary sources interpret or analyze primary sources, including academic journals or books, news articles or documentaries, reviews or critiques. So those are secondary sources. So they analyze primary sources, which means they dig deep into primary sources. Okay, so tertiary sources, when I'm to talk about tertiary sources compile and summarize secondary sources. For example, the encyclopedias and dictionaries, textbooks or study guides, those we term them as tertiary sources. So they summarize secondary sources. So what we have to know is that evaluating the credibility and reliability of information sources is crucial to ensure accuracy and avoid misinformation. Therefore, we need accurate information. We need genuine, we need correct, and we need straight to the point information. So first of all, I'm going to talk about primary sources as a case study. Earlier, as I said, primary sources are original materials that provide us with first-hand information. First-hand information or data. They are typically created at that time. At the time of an event, which means you're recording a video of an accident, you're recording a video of a speech. That's primary information, which means it's a first-hand information. So provide first-hand information or data. They are typically created at the time of an event, phenomenon, or research study, and offer an unfiltered perspective. Which means this is something raw, like raw information, raw data. Okay, so examples of primary sources, they include original documents. This take for example letters, diaries, speeches, and other written records. We also have images and videos, photographs, films, and recording audios. Okay, recordings of events or phenomena as a part of primary sources. Then we also have raw data. Raw data, research data, statistics, and measurements collected during an experiment. For example, you're carrying out a practical or an analysis whereby you have to write down some values, draw a graph, chart. That's primary information, and we call it raw data. So we also have eyewitness accounts, interviews, testimonies, or oral histories. Okay, from individuals who experienced an event. Okay, someone has been maybe engaged in maybe there was a demonstration in town, and okay, someone is narrating how the event took place. You've been in a wedding, you've been in a function, and you're narrating how the function has been going. So we call that eyewitness accounts as a part of our primary source of information. Then now we have artifacts. Okay, artifacts. So artifacts are objects such as tools, clothing, or other materials other materials that provide insight into a particular time or culture. Okay, into a particular time or culture. So primary sources are valuable sources because they're valuable sources because one, they provide unique insights. Okay, they provide unique insights. They offer a direct perspective of an event or phenomena. Okay, a direct perspective of an event or a phenomena, which means that it gives us the real content of an event, what has happened. Then another thing, secondly, is that they are often unbiased. Okay, they are often unbiased, so unfiltered and uninterpreted. Primary sources can provide a more objective view, okay, or whereby you don't need to put a lot of words, you don't need to spice it up, but this is info that is as raw as it is. Okay, and then lastly, support research and analysis. Okay, it serves as the foundation for further study, analysis, and interpretation. So in conclusion to primary sources, when working with primary sources, it's essential to evaluate the credibility, authenticity, and relevance to ensure accurate interpretation and analysis. That's when you want your up-to-date data to be real. Okay, you want to deliver first-hand information. You don't need gossip, but this is something raw, you're accurate. Okay, so thank you very much. That's a few. Then in the next video, I will be taking you through secondary and tertiary sources. Okay, link up.